The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Welcome to the Jesse Blake Sports Report. Whether this is your first time here, your last time here, or somewhere in between, I appreciate that you are here today so that we can discuss the gosh darn Kansas City Chiefs and the inevitability of Patrick Mahomes winning an AFC title game and being in the Super Bowl, because it is something that no one outside of Kansas City fans really was cheering for to happen. Nobody who was like putting bets on the game really expected it to happen. Everybody was on Baltimore because it made so much sense. It made so much sense that Baltimore would win this game. So if you look at the Chiefs season and how it's gone, it's the step back year. It's the year where they don't quite have it. They're not the Chiefs of last year where they're completely dominant and they're in the Super Bowl and they win it, and everybody kind of expected that to happen. Yes, they are this great dynasty, and they confirmed that today, that they are this unbelievable dynasty, but it looked like they were having an off year. Not having Tyreek and Kelce having a down year during the regular season caused their offense to be all over the place. Mahomes had 0 receivers. Pacheco wasn't late season Pacheco. They were still trying out Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, things weren't going well. All the Kadarius Toney nonsense. Things weren't going well on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, it was always there. The defense was always there. They had the great stat during the game today where they were talking about how the Kansas City Chiefs have not allowed more than 27 points this entire season, including the playoffs, including the regular season. No team has been able to score 28 points against this defense. But where the defense excels is stopping the pass. So what did Baltimore do? What did Baltimore do today? They passed the ball nonstop. There's a couple wild stats here, and I'm all over the place to start this, but I just want to get this out here, and then I'll get back to what I'm talking about with the Chiefs. But just to get this out there about Baltimore and what their game strategy was in the play calling, which was just atrocious. Warren Sharp had this. In the entire game, the Ravens had 3 early down running back runs. 3. They gained 17 yards on those 3 runs. And this is against the number 28 run defense in the league. What was Todd Monken doing? That's from Warren Sharp. And then Adam Chernoff had this one. The Ravens called a running back rush attempt just 3 times past the 5:36 mark of the first quarter. Shocking play calling considering the core of the Ravens offense and the game was not way out of control. 1, the game planning there by the Ravens was awful. 2, let me get back to what I was talking about with the Chiefs. So the thing that we had with the Chiefs is they have a great defense, but the run defense isn't that great. They've just been able to stop the pass. So we get to the playoffs. They're up against Miami. We're like, okay, Miami was frauds all along. Miami, they couldn't beat anybody good. They have 0 wins against good teams all season long. KC beats them. We're like, okay, all right, you did that. That's cool. Buffalo. They go to Buffalo. We're like, Patrick Mahomes, he owns Josh Allen, but this is the year. Everything was set up for the Bills to win that game. They were on their 6-game winning streak. It's at home in Buffalo. They never play KC at home. Patrick Mahomes had never played a road playoff game outside the Super Bowl up until that point. He goes to Buffalo, takes care of business. And Buffalo, they had all the chances too. Like, if Tyler Bass can just make a field goal, who knows if Patrick Mahomes goes down to the other end and scores a touchdown, but he usually probably definitely would have. But like, Stephon Diggs could have just caught a ball. Josh Allen got bumped on a play, pass to the end zone that was just fell short, and the guy was wide open. There were so many opportunities when Casey fumbled the ball out of the end zone, and then the Bills got the ball. They shouldn't have won that game. So you look at that, and then we get to the Baltimore game finally. So Casey pulls that out. They have those 2 wins, and we're still not convinced. Nobody's convinced that this team is real. They're up against Baltimore all week long. Every single number, every single stat that is there is in favor of Baltimore. If they just play a game plan that leads into the hands of, hey, great run offense versus bad run defense. Play into that. Baltimore's defense, it's been all right. It's been enough. It's been good. It can stop Patrick Mahomes, who has 0 weapons. Travis Kelce, not having a great year, had a great game versus Buffalo. Okay, he had 1 good game. Stop Travis Kelce. Like, there's your defensive assignments. Take the little swing passes down low to Pacheco, like take those out. Take out anything going to Rashee Rice along the sidelines and take out Kelce. Like you have a little strategy where they could just get it done. And then what happens? The inevitable happens. Bad play calling by the Ravens, terrible play calling by the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes does just enough to get by, and the defense, terrific defense by the Chiefs, and they take care of business. And on the Travis Kelce front, like the dude's just been waiting for the postseason. He took off the entire regular season, shows up against Miami, up against Buffalo, shows up against the Ravens. I want to read his line. I want to read Travis Kelce's line because there's so much that happened in this one game. It's blowing my mind that they're able to do this again without fail every single time. Travis Kelce this game, 11 receptions, 11 targets, 11 for 11. Patrick Mahomes was when he's throwing to Travis Kelce. 1 TD, 116 yards. And to top it all off, just one rushing attempt for 5 yards. Like, they had no plan to stop that. And I guess they couldn't, but it's ridiculous that we're at this point once again. And we've learned that, hey, throw the crown on him. Mahomes is the GOAT. Like in right now, he hasn't surpassed Tom Brady. I'm not going to go that far, but he's got to be number 2. Like it's crazy what you think everything is set up for them to lose, and they do it anyways. And then there's also this stat from Ryan Russillo on Twitter. KC punted on 5 straight possessions in the second half before taking a knee on the 6th possession. 5 straight punts in the second half and then a kneel down. KC's offense wasn't like clicking, but the defense is enough. And Mahomes is in that position. He's been in that game a million times now. He knows what's up. He knows what he had to get done. And those 17 points were enough. And Lamar on the other side, it's unfortunate we got to talk about this, but Lamar, like, this was it. It's unfortunate that now he's in this position where Lamar hasn't beaten anyone in the playoffs. He gets that win against Houston. Houston, like, CJ Stroud's a rookie at the end of the day. Like, he was phenomenal for when they won their first playoff game. But like, you go up against Houston, who's like playing way above where they should be. You win that game. Here's your chance. Here's your chance to win a game and actually do something. And Lamar, like, we're done trusting him. This was prove it time. We trusted you to get this done, and you let Patrick Mahomes come into your house and take care of business. And they had him set up as a pocket passer all day and just chucking the ball, even though he didn't need to throw the ball all game long. But that's what they wanted out of Lamar. And having your running backs, Gus Edwards and Justice Hill, combined for 6 rushing attempts, 6 carries out of your running backs. Zay Flowers had 2, but Lamar had 8 and 54 rushing yards. But if you're just going to sit back and throw the ball all day, that is not a way Baltimore is going to win a football game. And they didn't, and they couldn't get it done. They had one deep bomb, and that was it. And, Zay Flowers fumbling at the end zone. Unfortunate, but you had a lot of other chances to get touchdowns, and you let it come down to fluke plays like that. Zay Flowers also taunting penalty, ridiculous that you can't spin a ball on a guy's face when he's down on the ground. Like, you can't be doing that kind of stuff. And I think moving forward now, we look at it all, and the NFL got the storyline they wanted. We get a Taylor Swift Super Bowl where she's going to be at the Super Bowl. I assume she'll postpone her concert that's supposed to happen in Asia, and she'll be at the Super Bowl. It's going to be 2 weeks of the Kelce brothers and Mahomes again, and it's going to be another Chiefs Super Bowl. And it looked like this year it wasn't going to be a Chiefs Super Bowl, but we get to witness greatness. And at the end of the day, that's the positive out of all of this. If we are looking at this as a positive, let's say you're a neutral party and it's like you wanted the Baltimore Ravens to win because you wanted something new to happen, or if you're a Chiefs fan, congratulations. I think either way you look at this, you get to see greatness happen. And that is always a fun thing to witness. If they're able to go back-to-back, first team to go back-to-back since the 03-04 Pats What an accomplishment. It'd be 3 Super Bowls for Mahomes. What an accomplishment. Tom Brady is the only quarterback to ever beat him in the Super Bowl. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun 2 weeks. We'll see if the Lions or 49ers. If you see me looking off to the side a little, it's because the Lions 49ers game is just underway, and I'm peeking at it. Early touchdown by the Lions. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun Super Bowl either way, whether it's the 49ers or Lions. It's just, it was inevitable. How did we not see this? How did we not see this coming? Why did we believe the Ravens could do something about the Chiefs? Nobody can do anything about the Chiefs, and we have learned our lesson. I think you and me collectively as the NFL watching public, Patrick Mahomes is always going to get it done, and I think that's the beginning and the end of it. That is it. That is it for me today. I'll see you maybe later today, actually. Let's see if the Lions pull this out. Maybe we'll talk about the Lions and them getting it. That. All right. I'll be back soon. Thank you for being here. You can be anywhere in the world which shows me here, watching or listening to this right now. And I appreciate you. Good night from Toronto.
And that is how it's done.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Jesse Blake, the guy that likes to hear his name twice in one sentence. Sure, I know him. No, he doesn't have an ego at all.